All right, so you've decided to go all in. The real question is now what? And I get it. That's usually the biggest question that people are going to have, You're ready to go all in, but what exactly are you supposed to do next? Well, let's talk about it. The first thing that I think is really important is to have a general direction. Everyone freaks out about not knowing what to do, not knowing what to do with their lives. I don't have any passions. I don't care about anything. Usually there's something that pulls you in. A lot of people limit themselves in this idea that the thing that is not something that's valuable. Okay, well, don't make that assumption. Okay, there's people out there who, for instance, make millions and millions of dollars playing video games, right? Or people who make millions of dollars crocheting or whatever it is that you can do with your time as a human being. You can be compensated really well to do it. And that doesn't have to be the goal either, to be fair, but you can also live a good, healthy, happy life doing whatever it is that you want. And so I think the first step is just having a general direction. And we've talked about on this channel the concept of the Ikigai. Okay, this is a Japanese concept, and it's very helpful in trying to think about what direction you might want to go toward. So the Ikigai is a Japanese concept, and it means a reason for being. And there's these 4 different circles in the Venn diagram. I'll put a picture up. You have, what do you love? What does the world need? What are you good at? And what can you be paid for? And what I highly recommend that you do is that you legitimately go to ChatGPT, tell it that these are the things that you're trying to consider here. Give it the inputs of what the answers are to those 4 questions, or at least whichever ones you have answers to, and feed that to ChatGPT and tell it to help you come up with your Ikigai. I did this myself, and it changed my life in a very short period of time. I did it 6 months ago, and I can tell you very definitively that my life has completely changed since then. So I highly recommend doing that if you've never done this exercise, no matter where you are in your life. I think this is something that's really helpful to help define where your value is in the world, because if you're watching this, you're valuable. And the things that you care about, the things that you love, the things that you're talented at are valuable to the world. And if you tell yourself anything different than that, then you're lying. So that's the first step, right? Figure out the direction that you want to move in. And then the second thing is that I highly recommend to find a guide. Okay, so there's this thing in writing. It's called the hero's journey. Now, this is a concept that is like a fictional thing, right? Like this is how stories are written in a way to keep people captivated from the beginning to the end. It's how movies are written. It's how books are written. It's through this thing called the hero's journey. But I also think it's a very powerful metaphor for looking at how to live your life. So the hero's journey, it starts off with a call to adventure, right? So you're at the beginning of like the Wizard of Oz or whatever, and like you got to go and find the wizard, right? So that's the call to adventure. And then the next thing in the hero's journey is the supernatural aid. Okay, so the supernatural aid is like some magical genie that's going to help you along this journey. All right, so it's Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings. It's Dumbledore in Harry Potter. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, or the fairy in Cinderella, the fairy godmother in Cinderella. So after that, in the hero's journey, you have challenges and temptations. You have the transformation that occurs, and then you have the return. But the second thing in the hero's journey is having that supernatural aid. And so I highly recommend that you put yourself out there and you find your Gandalf. So look, if you want to go out in the world and find a mentor, right, or a supernatural aid of some sort, you're not going to be able to just walk up to someone and say, hey, will you be my mentor? I think that's not necessarily a super effective way of trying to go about it. Instead, you need to show up to this mentor with some sort of value to add. So when you figure out the direction that you're moving in, you then want to try to acquire a skill in that direction. It could be something regarding technology. It could be something dealing with AI. I think that's a really powerful thing to be doing right now. Now, build a skill, right? And once you do that, you can come to this mentor and you can offer to do things for them for free. And when you show them that you have a general direction, when you show them that you're going all the way in, and when you show them that you're willing to listen and willing to provide value for free or for whatever it is that you think is fair, I definitely recommend being willing to do stuff for free for quite some time. I think that person is going to be pretty willing to help you. When people come to me from that position, I'm super happy to help, because at the end of the day, you're helping me. So what do I have to say no to, really? So anyways, it's 2026 now, and this is your year. So if you're serious about changing your life, then I'm right here with you, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm not saying that I have all the answers here, by the way. I'm just trying to share some perspective on the things that I've done that have helped me, and hopefully it's helpful to you. So if it was, let me know. And if it wasn't, let me know. But until next time, peace.